Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to the quiz based on Old English language and literature. The first question: which Old English poetic works are associated with King Alfred? The metrical prefaces to Gregory's Pastoral Care and a Boethius work, Consolation of Philosophy, as well as 50 metrical slams. What is the most famous Old English heroic poem? Beowulf. Which king promoted Old English literature? Alfred the Great. What is another possible origin of the name angels? From ango, referring to a curve or hook shape. Where is Beowulf preserved? In the Novel Codex. What is the historical significance of the Norman conquest for the English language? It introduced the heavy French influence and led to Middle English. Which language family does modern English belong to? West Germanic languages. How many lines does Beowulf contain? 3,182 lines. Which language brought Latin to Britain? Latin was brought by the Romans. What type of language was common Brittonic? A Celtic language. Which Germanic dialect is most closely related to Old English? Old Frisian. Which book contains many Old English elegies? The Exeter Book. What is the poem The Ruin about? The decay of a once great Roman city in Britain. Why was West Saxon the literary standard of Old English? It was used in many written texts and had a political dominance. Who is the hero of Beowulf? Beowulf, king of the Wedder Geats or angels. Which Old English dialect had the strongest Old Norse influence? Northumbrian and Mercian. How was the word order in Old English different from modern English? It was more flexible due to inflectional endings. What effect did the Anglo-Norman have on English vocabulary? It introduced many French words. What is the estimated date range for Beowulf? Between the 8th and 11th centuries. Which two heroic poems survive only in fragments? The Fight at Finnsburg and Walter. What is Witzit about? A catalogue of names and places linked to the heroic deeds. What is Dear about? A lyric poem that applies heroic examples to the narrator's personal struggles. Which poem in the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle celebrates King Ethelstan's victory? The Battle of Brennenburg. What event does the Battle of Malden commemorate? The 991 battle where Earl Byrhtnoth and his men fought the Vikings. What happened to the original manuscript of the Battle of Malden? It was destroyed in a fire in 1731. How did Old Norse influence Old English grammar? It simplified some grammatical structures. Which Old English dialect survived the longest in Scotland? Northumbrian, which evolved into Early Scots. How many cases did Old English nouns have? 4 cases: nominative, accusative, genitive, and dative. What is the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle? It is a historical record of England. Who started the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle? Alfred the Great. Which battle ended the Old English period? The Battle of Hastings, 1066. Who conquered England in 1066? William the Conqueror. What is elegiac poetry? Poetry that expresses sorrow, wisdom, and reflections on life's hardships. What is the wanderer about? An old man's recalling the loss of his friends and questioning the wisdom of war. Which Old English king wrote a wisdom poem based on Boethius? Alfred the Great. The poem name is Lays of Boethius. Which language influenced the Old English after 1066? Norman French. Which Old English king was canonized as a saint? Edward the Confessor. What was the Danelaw? A region of England under Viking control. What writing system did Anglo-Saxons use before Latin? Runes. What type of verb system did Old English have? Strong and weak verbs. What case was used for direct objects in Old English? Accusative case. Which 2 saint poems are in the Exeter book? Good Luck and Juliana. What case was used for indirect objects in Old English? Dative case. Name a famous Old English epic poem. Beowulf. What is an example of Old English religious poetry? The Dream of the Road. What kind of a society spoke Old English? A Germanic warrior-based society. What is the modern descendant of the Mazian dialect? Standard English. Why did the Old English period end in 1066? The Norman conquest introduced significant linguistic changes. How did Old English evolve into Middle English? It absorbed Norman French influences and underwent grammatical simplifications. What was the Old English word for man? Were. Which Old English pronoun survived into modern English? Though. What was the Old English word for day? Dag.